Those are the 4 steps to get everyone to accept the story of the ancient Greek Aristarchus, who said, the earth is spinning and moving. The very first day of class, I took a bucket of water and put an inch in the bottom, and I spun it around over my head, and I said, look at that, the water is forced out to the edge. I said, if we're an ant standing on the bottom of the bucket, it's different though, isn't it? We would be thrown off if we're an ant standing on the bottom of the bucket. Now, because of this sort of reasoning, people knew that there was not any motion to the earth. They knew the earth was sitting still. On a calm day, you can go outside, and there doesn't even have to even be a breeze. And here's Copernicus saying that we're turning at, some insane speed of hundreds of miles an hour and hurtling through space in a circle around the sun. And we have no experience of that? It's just bizarre. So, Aristarchus of Samos, not Columbus. Aristarchus of Samos first said that the world is spinning and hurtling through space, and Columbus had been reading some ancient Greek texts and read an incorrect estimate of the world's circumference. That's why he thought he could get to Asia. The world's circumference was 17,000 in the estimate he read. Aristotle gave 35,000, Archimedes gave 30, the correct answer is 25,000, but when Columbus went to the king and queen, he took 17,000 as the estimate, because it made the journey look possible. So it's a good thing America was there. If he really had to go all the way around the circumference to get to Asia, he didn't have enough supplies. In history, aside from doing the Greeks, we've studied the Assyrians, and we're starting to study the Persians. We're going to study the Syrians, Persians, and Egyptians while we study Greece, because we've got, say, an hour and 20 minutes for science every day, and I can only get them to focus on a given subject for so long. So I've found it's useful to divide the period by saying the Greeks some of the time and the people the Greeks dealt with some of the time. Plus I have to keep mentioning names, going back and forth, this Persian king and this Greek guy when I'm talking about the Persians. So we're doing concurrent Assyrian, Persian history, and now starting on Egyptian soon, with Greek history constantly. I've been teaching them the use of the apostrophe for possessive, the use of the comma, quotation marks. Those are just some little dry things that you've got to introduce the kid to at some point. And I say as quick as he can absorb them, get him into them, because I'm going to have him write an essay answers on tests as soon as I can get them to do it. As for new paying students, I'm doing nothing, and we've had a couple people come and visit with kids that are a little too young. Two different 4-year-olds have come, and I was planning on accepting 4 to 8-year-olds. However, I can have virtually unlimited number of students, as many as I could handle, if I would restrict the age to 6 and up. So it's by having 5-year-olds and less that I'm restricted to 8 students. I can actually have more than 8 students if I restrict it to 6 years old and more. So anyways, I believe that it's just a matter of time, and I'm going to be having paying students, because the county is abuzz with all these students that have been withdrawn. A first grader, a second grader, a third grader, a fourth grader, and a high schooler have withdrawn from their public school classes to attend this new little school out in Deseret, 8 miles away from Delta, the place where all the stores and stuff are. And everyone's pretty curious about it. I've heard I might get in trouble because some of the kids that I have are learning disabled. They can't learn right, according to the public schools. And I was warned that the government may send someone to test the kids to make sure they're being educated, because the government's supposed to keep extra close track of retarded and disabled kids. Now, they're not retarded or disabled, they just have short attention spans because they've had academic deficiency so much. So it'll be funny when if anyone ever shows up and says you have a learning disabled child and we need to make sure you're treating it properly. And then they'll give them a couple of diagnostic tests and they'll say, is there another Deseret Academy in this town. We're not sure we have the right one. We were coming here to test a disabled or a learning impaired child, not gifted children. Are you the only academy in this town? I'll say, yes, this is the learning impaired child that you think that you're coming to test for. No, he's not gifted, he's just being taught correctly. So I don't have any paying students yet. I will soon. Everyone's abuzz about it, and people are invited 9 to 4 Monday through Friday to come into the classroom and see what's going on. And I feel kind of like Howard Rourke. It's like I don't really need to go out and sell myself at this point. Howard Rourke said, the people who want me will come to me. And in this small town, that's going to be the case. People know. Everybody knows about this little school that's opened up, thumbing its nose at the public schools up there. Oh, so I appreciate still if you send $5 or $10 or $20, definitely helps. Thank you everyone for all the help that you've given so far. Oh, let me give a quick. When I did the thank you video, I had a pie chart which didn't show up too clearly. I was disappointed. We've got about 5 or 6 big contributors, and then Jorge, it's his section, and then probably 10 or 15 contributors make up that slice right there. Altogether 25 contributions or so. Every single one of them is appreciated greatly. These kids wouldn't be having the wonderful experiences that they are having day to day if it weren't for your support. So thank you very much for your support so far. I could use support still. I don't have any paying students, although I believe they are on their way. And I would appreciate a bonus if you want to give me some bonus pay, because I just spend my days with these kids and working out. I just spend my evenings listening to lectures, working out what I'm going to talk to the kids about the next day. It's going pretty well. Smart little buggers. They're coming up quick, and I appreciate every penny that you send me to to help support this. I'm a bit of a charity case, but I guess Harvard and Yale take money a lot too, don't they?